Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the candidate speeches and the question and answer session. Note that it takes a lot of courage to run for state office. Please show these candidates courtesy and respect as they share their ideas to lead PA-TSA in the upcoming school year. To do this, we ask that you put away all cell phones and electronic devices. I know it's hard, but I know you can do it. If you need to leave to use the restroom during the candidate speeches, we ask that you wait until the current speech finishes up. All delegates must stay for the entire meeting, which includes speeches, questions, and answers. We will conclude the meeting at around 11 o'clock so that you can report to your respective chapters to share the information you learned this evening. Please listen carefully to the ideas these candidates propose so your chapter can make an informed decision regarding the election of the new state officer team. The procedure for this evening's meeting is as follows. All delegates have registered upon entering, and you must attend and be present for the entire meeting to vote in the elections tomorrow morning. Candidates for each office will give a 2-minute speech, a maximum 2-minute speech. At the conclusion of the speeches, delegates will be able to ask questions addressed to individual candidates. Please be aware that due to the large number of candidates, group questions may take several minutes. Please limit the number of group questions. We will have moderators at the mics so we can make sure that we don't have too many. So let's begin with the speeches from the candidates running for the office of Sergeant at Arms. First, we will hear from Jenna Beloga.
Hi, PA-TSA. Every year when I get home from the state conference, the first thing I think to do is call my brother. I tell him about everything that happened in the past 4 days. Being a former state treasurer himself, he is always interested to hear what went on. This phone call usually takes over an hour, and he still listens every year when I tell him about the people I met, the competitions I won, and whatever other crazy stories I have to tell about what I was doing when I was too busy to answer his endless texts and emails. I think that from this you can tell how deeply I care about TSA. With the growth of members, chapters, and events throughout TSA, there has been an increase in the length of award ceremonies at PA-TSA, and PA-TSA is now over 2,000 members strong, which causes the award ceremonies to last hours every year. This ever-increasing length of the award ceremonies has caused some schools to stop attending the closing ceremonies. To solve this problem, as the next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms, I would like to propose that the award ceremonies be split into 2 parts, middle school and high school. Splitting the award ceremonies would allow the ceremonies to run more efficiently, so the awards portion would be significantly shorter. I also believe that this would cause a rise in attendance because the schools who normally do not attend the ceremonies would be likely to do so because of the shortened length. I have also seen expressed interest in sessions that consist of card tournaments for popular games such as Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh!, such as we do for the Minecraft tournaments. I believe that my ideas would be beneficial to TSA, and if elected, I would like to try my best to make these dreams a reality. This is my vision to help PA-TSA generate success. A vote for Jenna Beloga is a vote for efficiency and fun.
Thank you. We will now hear from Lauren Kim.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, none of us were born. Yet I still knew I was going to run for your 2015 to 2016 State Sergeant at Arms. Hi, PA-TSA. For those of you who don't know me, I am Lauren Kim. For those of you who do know me, I am still Lauren Kim. I am standing before you today, for I believe that I can help PA-TSA reach its highest potential. In order for this association to thrive, it must be comprised of good leaders. I have held many leadership positions in the past, from editor of the newspaper to vice president of my class to my very own chapter's sergeant at arms. I am also a karate instructor. Through my teaching, I've learned to roll with the punches, literally. My adaptability and versatility can be a great addition to the state officer team. Plus, being a leader, I want to incorporate some exciting events. One of my ideas is to host a wing bowl. Everyone loves food. Why not bond over savagely eating it? Also, in order to raise money for the local cancer organization, we could host our own TSA Mini-Thon. A few hours of dancing and money raising could help save someone's life. Finally, I want to reach out to the smaller chapters. At times, TSA can seem overwhelming, but I want to quell concerns by creating a forum where students can submit questions. Through my persistence and leadership, I will work extremely hard to make PA-TSA the best it can be. Thank you for listening to me today, and vote for Lauren Kim for your 2015 to 2016 State Sergeant at Arms. And don't forget, with Lauren Kim, nothing is Kim possible.
Thank you. We will now hear from Caroline Sparrow.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Sparrow, and I'm running for the 2015-2016 Office of Sergeant at Arms. I am a freshman at State College Area High School, where I currently serve as local Sergeant at Arms. I fell in love with TSA back in my first year, and since then I've held many leadership roles, including Regional Sergeant at Arms, Regional President, and Local Parliamentarian. And I believe that it is my love for TSA that drives me to stand before you here today delivering this speech. If elected, I would like to see that we establish means to prevent chapter disbandment. For some schools, whether it be lack of funds or lack of members, disbandment is a real threat, and I believe that together we can fix that by working directly with the schools themselves. Another posing issue is the cost of attending the state conference. I believe that we can work together in fundraisers and contacting sponsors to set up more funds to help the individuals with financial need. We could accomplish this together and even possibly consider doing one statewide. I also propose that we should set up fun chapter awards. Each year at the state conference, we could open up a booth where all members could cast a vote for the chapter with the most spirit, most gracious competitors, or even the best t-shirt design. This will encourage action in parliamentary procedure and give all members the chance to have a voice. Finally, I think we should increase our student leadership opportunities. As members, we make this association what it is. And I believe that together we can increase the ability for everyone to have a part, outside of the state and chapter level, of course. The allotted time given for this speech is not enough to share all my ideas, so I encourage you all to find me afterwards and speak to me. Thank you for your time, good luck to you all, and remember, soar to greatness with Sparrow.
Thank you. We will now hear from Anthony Troop.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Troop and I'm running to be your PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms. I feel that with this officer position, I will be able to display my love for this organization through commitment and hard work. Like any officer position, to truly be great, you need to be able to exceed your expectations. I feel ready and determined to do this and plan on taking advantage as much preparation time as possible. As Sergeant at Arms, I would use this preparation time to enhance the social experience of PA-TSA membership. In order to do this, I plan to improve the social community and popularity of TSA through social media, offering an electronic community that TSA members can feel a part of. This mainly entails a Twitter account and open web forum ran by either myself, the officer team, or a select social media committee. I also plan to organize and coordinate more social-based activities and enhance the ones that are already at the state conference. This would include organizing a meet and greet that comprises all members rather than just chapter presidents. For this, small mixers for regions could be ran, allowing members from within their regions to meet new people and kickstart their state conference experience. The final part of my plan is to organize and advertise a larger college and career fair, allowing the opportunity for the future leaders in STEM here at the state conference to explore the opportunities ahead of them. So once again, if you want a candidate that will exceed your expectations and invite to enhance the social experience of the PA-TSA State Conference, remember, for the good of the group, vote for Troop.
Thank you. Those are the candidates running for the Office of Sergeant at Arms. We will now move on to the Office of Reporter. First, we will hear from Zach Chan.
Good evening. My name is Zach Chan, and I would like to be your 2015-2016 PA TSA State Reporter. I've learned lots of important skills throughout TSA, including my other leadership strategies, such as Boy Scouts and their honor society, the Order of the Arrow. Such skills include the ability to write formal documents, the ability to work with other members to accomplish similar goals, and the ability to stand up here at a podium to deliver a speech to fellow peers, candidates, and competitors. However, one thing stuck out at me: the lack of resources for PA-TSA members to go to when they have questions about their competitions. When I first joined PA-TSA, I felt lost and confused as to what to do for competitions. I'd sometimes sit and read my rules, but end up even more confused afterwards. This can be very frustrating for almost all TSA members. Therefore, if I am elected as your reporter, I plan on making a new section on the PA-TSA website where people can see first place pictures of people who won at the state conference level from previous years, and they can see tips and tricks from other winners. This is almost like passing down the tricks of the trade into the PA-TSA family. Even from a competitive standpoint, I find that this allows everybody to refine their projects for
the all-nighters, the mad rush just for states to finish events, or even those last-minute chapter team meetings. But for me, it's about being able to achieve success without being afraid to fail. It's not just about learning to live in a technical world, but being able to lead in that technical world. And ultimately, it's about each and every single one of you. Yes, the members who are willing to do anything to accomplish the goal and complete the mission. It's each and every single one of you and the people that have come before you, whose advice helped shape the person that is standing before you today. If it were not for you, I might not be here right now. If it were not for you, I might have quit TSA 5 years ago and never have become the person I am today. And that is the reason why I'm standing before you today, because I want to pass on the same opportunity that you guys gave me all those years ago. I want to further awareness about the PA posts and increase the frequency of updates. I was part of the committee that added 10 new chapters to TSA this year, and I want to continue adding new chapters. I want to do these things because I believe this organization is the very best in the world at what it does, and I want to do everything in my power to further this organization's reach. So when you vote, just remember, don't sink a ship. Vote Chen for reporter.
Thank you. We will now hear from Madison O'Kersey.
Hey PA-TSA, my name is Madison O'Kersey, and I'm running to be your 2015-2016 State Reporter. My goal for PA-TSA is to make a unified and interconnected society by improving the information transfer from the state officer team, from the committees, and to the chapters. This would make our sessions at the state conference and state delegation meetings at the national conference go much smoother, for example. To achieve my goal if elected, my plans are to promote the PA Post. In case you do not know, the PA Post is a compilation of articles submitted by officers and committees which holds valuable information about events happening and our conferences. Although this idea has failed in the past, I would like to find a way to send copies to all chapters so we can make it user-friendly and available for all students and members in TSA. Also, I would like to improve the advisor newsletter by sending it more frequently and holding holding information about the committee plans and the state officer plans. A very important plan of mine is to create PATSA social media on Twitter and Instagram. Lastly, I would like to propose an online forum allowing all students and anyone involved in PATSA to submit their ideas, questions, and concerns to the state officer team so we can help us improve your TSA experience because it is your time to shine. Thank you for your time, and vote for O'Kersey to see the change.
Thank you. Those were the candidates running for the office of reporter. And just a quick note to all candidates, please pull the mic toward. Now move on to the office of treasurer. First, we will hear from Brendan Gard.
Hello, my name is Brendan Gard, and I am running for PATSA State Treasurer. I think you should vote for me because of my experience, ideas, and motivation. I've been a part of TSA since 7th grade, when I was one of 2 students in the club, but nonetheless, I qualified for states. At my first state conference, I was not a very big guy, but when I saw the state officers take the stage for the first time, I thought they were celebrities. Their character, their intelligence, their friendliness, all made me want to become a great state officer. In the process to accomplish this, I worked hard to become my high school chapter treasurer freshman and sophomore year. I am now a junior, and I am my chapter vice president. Now, my plan, my ideas start with my big idea is I want official tire donation bins. I don't think that genius and brilliant should be restricted by a price tag. This would work out by students who are graduating and who no longer need their official attire can donate them to students who need them so that they can attend the state conference and be prepared for their events. A way for TSA members to give back clothing is definitely needed, and it's an easy solution to a problem that students who may not be able to afford attire can have. I also want to implement a site where students can view events, much like other candidates we're talking about, so that they can learn the tips and tricks to improve their projects. Because I find that with events, I never know how to improve my events because I never know what I did wrong. So I want to see past projects from previous years so I can learn from the best to improve myself. When I was in 7th grade, that was my first year in TSA, and my parents kind of let me in on the fact that they wouldn't be able to afford to send me to the conferences. Sorry. Vote.
Thank you. We will now hear from Evan Hassman.
Hi, I'm Evan Hassman, and I want to be your next PATSA treasurer. Take a second to think about your first TSA experience. It was in 6th grade after a middle school activities meeting for parents, and my dad recommended that I join TSA. I walked into the auditorium the next week and watched an introductory presentation on the association. After watching the presentation, I knew that this is what I wanted to put my time and my effort into. After later serving as Sergeant-at-Arms and President for my middle school chapter, and currently serving as my treasurer for my high school chapter, I had learned so much. I became a better leader. I became a better, more well-rounded person in general. And I thought to myself last year at States, how could I make a big influence, and how could I help our organization even more? I knew what to do. I had to run for state office. This is why I'm standing here today. I want to give back and help out. I would like chapters to become more involved with their communities and helping those in need. All these life lessons and skills we learn through TSA are pointless if we can't apply them. I would also like to expand the Relay for Life initiative and get more chapters to participate and become Purple Award winners. TSA gives a lot to students, and it's our job to continue this idea of service and selflessness. After recently achieving the highest rank of Boy Scouts, Eagle Scout, I truly realized this importance. Our association is not perfect, but together we can make it better. All of us up here can talk about our ideas all night, but the best ideas will come from you. Your voices need to be heard, and together we can make TSA even better. If you want to improve TSA, vote for Evan Hassman for your next PA TSA State Treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you. Those were your candidates for the office of Treasurer. We will now move on to the office of Secretary. First, we will hear from Catherine Liu.
So how many of you guys needed to print something yesterday or today at the very last minute? So a lot of us. I remember standing in line a few years ago at the lobby printer behind several other people, all wearing their navy blazers. There were rule changes for Ag and Bio that I had no idea about until I was actually here at the conference. After waiting for what seemed like forever, I got my papers and sprinted up to Festival Hall, barely making it in time. Wouldn't it be great if there were more than one place for you to print? Hi, I'm Catherine Liu, and I want to be your next state secretary. I know that we're all dedicated to TSA. If we weren't, we wouldn't make ourselves go through the craziness of last-minute preparations. Whether it's getting burns from a hot glue gun in your room or stuffing papers into sheet protectors. TSA is great, and now we have the opportunity to make it even better. To accomplish this, let me share what Lou can do for you. As secretary, I'll set up printing stations so you won't have to worry about having nowhere to print that last page of your binder. I'll create a Facebook group where you can discuss events and get updates on changes as soon as they're made. As part of the membership committee, I was able to help develop the first annual Meet and Compete special interest session held last night. If you choose to elect me, you could propose your very own session, whether it's for something like League of Legends or even a knitting circle. For those of you who want to print their last-minute events, message strangers on the internet for TSA advice, and maybe knit a cute scarf for your advisor, when you're filling out your ballot tomorrow, remember, just Lou it. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now hear from Mallory Yoder.
Colin Powell, a statesman and a 4-star Army general, once spoke these words of encouragement and inspiration. I think whether you are having setbacks or not, the role of a leader is to always display a winning attitude. Throughout my student career, I have focused on pushing through whatever comes in my way. I am persistent, and failure is never an option. My high school career has been a balancing act of extracurricular activities, advanced academics, and family time. As a member of cross-country, track, band, choir, musical, and TSA, as well as my out-of-school volunteer hours, my life is always busy. Being so involved requires intense time management. My friends always ask, how do I do it with a smile on my face? And my response is always the same. I have stuff to do, so I do it with a good attitude. Having 4 years underneath me in TSA, I have helped assist running the program since 9th grade. Throughout the years, I have learned all the duties of secretary, treasurer, vice president, and president. I try to be the come-to person for anyone who needs me. I stand as a voice as well as a listener, knowing when the appropriate time occurs to talk. I believe that TSA could become stronger. Now, I'm not saying it's weak. I'm saying there's always more you can do to offer. As secretary, I have planned to have people's voices heard. I want a little inner groups of TSA to become one big group of TSA. Have all the new people meet the older people so we can be involved and together instead of apart.
I offer a new view in the social learning aspect of TSA. I offer dedication and communication, as well as fresh eyes and ears to all the officer programs. I believe that TSA should be more social and more involved. I always come out from struggles looking at it with a positive attitude. So let me help whatever needs to be fixed and changed. Remember, let me be your voice. I'll write your notes if you give me your votes. Thank you.
Thank you. Those were your candidates for the office of secretary. We will now move on to the office of vice president. And first, we'll hear from Stephen Donchez.
Hey PATSA, my name is Stephen Donchez and I'm running for your vice president. I am currently a junior enrolled at Lehigh Valley Academy, and that's a very small chapter. We started out with 4 people, and in the last couple of years in my term as president, we have grown to be over 30 members strong. I feel that this year has been the highlight of my TSA experience. My chapter has grown significantly since last year, and we now have students competing in almost every event. I have also had the honor of serving as a member of the State Membership Committee, chaired by our current Vice President, Luke Arts. Serving as a member of this committee and playing a large role in shaping its actions has enabled me to gain a better understanding of how PATSA functions. In fact, I found that many of the skills I have developed in my past 2 years as chapter president have correlated almost exactly with the skills that the committee uses to attract new members. However, I feel that PATSA can be even better. In order to accomplish this dream, we need to continue to become a larger, more known and respected organization, both within the state and on a national level. To this end, if I am elected, I intend to work with the membership committee to directly contact the administration or technology department in all eligible schools across the state, and to ensure that we make ourselves available to answer any questions that the schools may have about what is undoubtedly a daunting process. However, it is just as important that we provide useful support to those schools already committed to TSA. To this end, I hope to work with the historian and other officers to help retain their membership through the creation of a resource center where members can find information about their projects. Finally, I hope to work with the Outreach Committee to grow our social media presence, another crucial aspect of reaching and retaining a large member base. With this goal completed, we can truly welcome PATSA into the 21st century of social media. So remember, TSA, when you get here tomorrow, vote Donchez for VP. It's the easy choice.
Thank you. We will now hear from Daphne Weiss.
The first time I stood on this stage seeking a state office, it was literally on the tip of my toes because that was the only way I could see over the podium. Well, I've grown a lot since then. Maybe not in inches, but certainly as a leader and as a person. Hello, PATSA. My name is Daphne Weiss, and I want to be your next state vice president. It is the duty of the vice president to ensure that we always have a strong membership. In Pennsylvania, that involves chairing the membership committee. I've been actively involved in the membership committee for the past 3 years, so I have a clear vision for running it in the upcoming year. Growing our membership needs to be done in a balanced manner. Not only do we need to continue and expand our outreach to new schools, but we need to support the chapters that we already have. My main goal is to bring the committee closer to that balance. To do this, I propose that we identify and contact every new chapter, as well as encourage struggling chapters to contact us. By offering them promotional materials along with guidance on difficult issues such as fundraising, we would create a valuable support network to ensure that every chapter has what they need to thrive in TSA. It is important that we expand from a strong foundation, and supporting chapters we have right now would ensure that we don't lose any progress that we make. Beyond this, I would like to ensure that the committee's work benefits every member of TSA by sharing the promotional materials we create in a Dropbox folder shared on the website. Outside of the committee, I would like to continue the work on the website that I started this year, which is adding a page with examples and advice on events. With a second term as an officer, I would be in a good position to expand and maintain this project. I would also be in a great place to see that other long-term proposals started by this year's officer team get completed. PATSA has helped me grow, and now I want to help it grow. With a year as a state officer and 3 years on membership committee, I am the most experienced candidate to make that happen. Remember, vote Weiss for Vice.
Thank you. Those were candidates for the office of Vice President. We will now move on to the office of President, and first we will hear from Olivia Crocker.
Hi PATSA, my name is Olivia Crocker and I'm running to be your next state president. So I have a little story for you guys. I know a lot of people say that they would bleed for TSA, but I have literally bled for TSA. Last June, before Nationals in DC, I was cutting out the walls for my architectural renovation model. So as I'm trying to cut this stupid foam board, the knife slips, stabs my foot, and a legitimate stream of blood came shooting out. Long story short, I now have a big nasty scar, and I'm not allowed to use the X-Acto knives anymore. My point is, TSA has left a mark on me. When I see that scar, it reminds me of my incredible experience within this organization. I believe that TSA has left a mark on everyone in this room. By learning either physical or social skills, all of us have grown within this club. Just as TSA marks us, we mark the world around us with our creativity, our attitudes, and our innovation. We all want to leave a mark, a legacy, and I want to help you make your mark on the world. I want to make your time in PATSA the best that it can be. Although there are many great ideas proposed by the candidates tonight, some of them may be too large for the state officer team alone to handle. In order to increase the impact of PATSA, we can utilize our many committees to pursue large projects. In my experience as Green Committee Chairperson, I have found that a large group of skilled individuals in a committee can tackle large projects with great success. I also wish to improve student communication by setting up an email system that trickles down from the state officers to chapter officers. And most importantly, I want to guide other projects within the state officer team to achieve success.
From Sam Horry.
Hello, my name is Samantha Horry, and I'm proud to call myself a member of TSA and PATSA. Over the last 6 years, I have dedicated myself to this organization and have seen our delegation grow to become one of the largest TSA delegations in the nation. I have grown as PATSA has grown, and now I want to help us grow even more. I believe in the value that TSA adds to our lives, and I want to allow more students to have those same experiences and opportunities. I am qualified to lead, and I have the passion and dedication to serve. Serving as your state secretary gave me the experience needed to be able to lead your next state office team. I can take their ideas, along with my ideas and your ideas, and work with the board of directors to turn them into reality. I will work with you, the members of PATSA, to represent your wishes. I want to break down the barriers that are stopping the growth of PATSA. Funding issues continue to become more and more relevant to the future of PATSA as we expand. I've talked to countless talented TSA members, many of whom unfortunately could not compete due to finances. This year, I formed the Corporate Sponsorship Committee, and we're working to lay down the groundwork to facilitate even more corporate fundraising at the chapter and state level. PATSA may already be the best, but we can become even better. I want PATSA to absolutely dominate, and to get there, I want you to vote Sam for your next PATSA state president.
Thank you. Those were your candidates for the office of president. Now, for all you viewers at home watching on the live stream, we will now be ending the live stream. This doesn't apply to any of you guys here. Please remain seated. Is now time for the question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please see the state officers at the microphone at the end of the stage. Please address the particular candidate